All right, back live on the Niner. Dr. Wes Crenshaw is back with us this morning for another Therapy Thursday. Dr. Wes, good to see you. Welcome in.
Good to be here, guys.
Hey, Dr. Wes, you and your staff primarily see children, teens, young adults, and you believe that they may be the most likely to suffer emotional damage long after this pandemic is over. What has been the toughest thing that you've seen in kids so far?
Yeah, for the preschool and elementary kids, they've lost the opportunity for socialization. And we misuse this term. It's not like hanging out. Socialization means becoming aware of how to interact with others in an effective way. And kids who have working parents, many of them have sat home for days and days and days and days and days on end. And maybe just their siblings around. No live school, no activities. And this leads to a lot of depressed, under-socialized kids who are harder to treat because they don't really do that well with online therapy because they're kind of sick of screens and they just don't interact well with that.
Never thought you'd hear kids say that, huh?
Who knew? It's the truth. So.
What about teenagers? Are you seeing the same sorts of issues with them, or are they a whole different deal?
Similar, but it's a little different flavor. The loss of school has just been devastating, both socially and academically. And this is the time when people are at their most extroverted. And so losing this core structure of social interplay has been hard. And social media has proven no substitute. Again, we think they're in here, you know. This is just an avenue to live friendships, and those have been cut off. And I know kids who thought they were going to love not going to school, and, you know, it's a permanent snow day, and they miss it horribly. Hybrid hasn't worked out very well. And even worse, we see this lack of daily school stunting learning to the point that families are going to need to spend years, perhaps, getting kids back on track.
Yeah.
Again, depressed, dejected, hopeless kids.
What is going to be the long-term effects of this? Have we looked back at the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic, and after that, what happened? I mean, how do we cope as a society when this thing's all over?
Well, that's about a 4-hour answer, but the short version is I think we recovered better in the early part of the 20th century because the world was just not as complicated. And now the kind of education people have to have, kids have to have, young adults have to have, is much more complex than it was back then. And that's been cut off.
How could parents help? How could we as parents do better?
Well, the first thing is you've got to encourage kids of any age, K through college, to do as much as they can with peer relationships, even if it's distanced or masked up. And kids hate this. They're like, it's not fun, Wes. I don't want to do it. And so they sit at home and are despondent. But getting out and doing stuff safely is called behavioral activation, and it's very important. Another one can be a job. The kids I see who have jobs have been in way better mental health and emotional health
Why is that?
Kids who don't. Well, it's social interplay again. Even if you're giving a hamburger to a customer, you're involved with somebody. And so as long as they're practicing social distancing and other guidelines, then that's a pretty good deal. The second one is what we call contextualization, and that is to help kids understand that there's a future orientation, that that people have had a hard time in the past, and this is a hard time, and that they have come out of it as better people and as a stronger nation, and that kids will recover. We just have to see it as a larger picture than this moment.
Hey, real quick, are you still doing Zoom meetings with your clients, or when are you going to start having people back in your office?
Well, so I am in a unique case. The last time you saw me, I had COVID, and I didn't know it.
I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I had a pretty mild case, but I recovered. It's slow recovery, and I'm now pretty much done with it, but I'm now immune for another 75 days, and we're on the early shot list. In fact, I missed my shot the other day because I was in Colorado. Immunity. So I'm able to see people at this point. My staff have been given the vaccine. So we're going to hope by February we can begin to at least work with some of those younger kids live in the office. Those are the ones we're really worried about. The teenagers hate video too, but they can stand it if we need to do it.
Well, thanks for making a difference.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you.
Happy New Year to you, Dr. Wes.
You too. See you next time around.
All right, sounds good. Hey, you can learn more about Dr. Wes and his team online at dr-wes.com. Fox4KC.com.